So let's just start it off easy. What is your favorite holiday memory from your childhood during the Christmas times?
I was thinking about that because you mentioned it a little bit ago. I had two. There was one Christmas that when you're a kid, it's kind of all about what you got, unfortunately. As you become adult, you realize that it's actually a lot more fun to give. I mean, I'm not trying to be hokey, but once you start being able to give, especially to children, it's like really cool. But as a child, when I was 8, I got this. My mother, she found this lady that had these dolls, and the lady made wardrobes for them. So literally, the dolls had like coats and almost like Gucci. The doll was all like in Gucci clothes and stuff.
Wait, they had Gucci back then?
Well, they didn't have. Well, I don't know, how old is Gucci?
I don't know.
Probably not that old. But anyway, so. And then
But what about it? What about it?
It was just cool. It was a case.
And you gave it to someone?
No, I was a child.
Oh, okay. So you got this.
I got this.
Okay.
So that was really, really special.
So you like playing with dolls?
I did like playing with dolls.
Chance does too.
Yeah, right. Those dolls are a little different.
Yeah.
My dolls were. I did like playing with dolls and paper dolls, which is not even a thing anymore. So, what about you? What was your favorite Christmas ever?
Oh, I would say, if we're talking about presents, my favorite Christmas ever was Hank, when we got Hank, our dog, which we only had for, how long did we have Hank?
I think we had Hank about 5 years. No, we had about.
It didn't seem very long.
No, it wasn't.
And he ran away, and it was really sad.
Yeah.
Another memory that I have that was really awesome on Christmas was the time I gave Chance a tampon in his stocking.
Yes.
And he thought it was one of those little things you pull the string and it pops confetti out. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
I really wish we filmed that.
Of course, he was the youngest at the time. Sam was probably.
How old was he?
You might have done it when he was like 10, I'm thinking, because you're
No, he was older than that.
Okay, maybe, maybe.
Yeah, I would say he was probably like 15, 16.
Well, he probably shouldn't have. He should have known what it was, but
it was hilarious.
There weren't any girls in the house that were
Whiskey, get down.
Doing that. So Whiskey must like candy canes and cookies.
There.
So that's why I don't have any cats anymore.
Yeah. So I would say that was probably my favorite. Okay, so let's go from favorite. What was your worst memory, or the worst thing that ever happened on Christmas with us?
Ooh, with you guys?
Sure.
Oh, wow.
I have one in mind.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say it. I want to hear yours.
The worst. Wow, that's really hard. I don't really remember like a bad Christmas ever. I mean, other than my.
So you don't remember the time I didn't spend Christmas with you? You don't remember that?
When?
When I ran away. Do you not remember this?
I think I probably.
You blocked it out of your memory.
I blocked it out of my memory completely until you're saying that right now. And I think that's what parents do. If you have those kind of bad memories, you just don't want to think about them.
Right.
And now that you're reminding me, I still don't remember it.
Really?
I really don't.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I don't know, whenever I ran away. They're I didn't run away that many times, like twice or 3 times. Probably 16.
Okay. Well, who'd you stay with?
Megan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say that was
I never ran away from home.
Worst memory. At the time, it didn't seem bad, but looking back on it, it's horrible, and I feel really bad for doing it. What about presents? What's the worst present you've ever gotten and best?
Oh, the worst present I've ever got. That's pretty hard. Oh man, I mean,
You just don't want to make
yes,
people feel bad.
I do. I do remember a present. Your dad wasn't a big present person, and I would always I'm such all about giving and the holidays, and he's not, and so I would always be like, he always thought it was like, what am I going to get? You're just thinking about yourself, and it wasn't about that. It was more about.
Wait, he was thinking about himself?
No, he was thinking that I was just thinking about myself. Like, here I am being this woman that wants a gift, so I'm hinting and whatever. And so one Christmas, he went to Walgreens and got one of those little, went up to Walgreens and got this little thing that poached eggs that was one of those TV specials, as seen on TV.
Yeah. So he got it from Walgreens?
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been a TV special.
It was, because Walgreens has this section that says, as seen on TV.
Oh,
That's where it
God.
was. And I was like, oh.
Did you ever use it?
Never.
Not once.
No.
Do you still have it?
No, I don't. I don't still have it. And I still remember going, wow, he really, I don't know if he was trying to make a point.
What kind of point would you be trying to make getting someone an egg poacher?
I don't know.
What do you mean he was making a point?
Maybe just like, quit wanting gifts from me or something. I have no idea. That was probably the worst gift I ever got. I don't know.
So you think he gave you such a bad gift that you didn't want him to give you gifts anymore?
Well, he wasn't a big gift giver, so yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't think that was the intention of the whole thing, but it was looking back on it, it was kind of funny.
Okay.
It's always about, like, I always enjoy giving for people, and I know you do too. And,
Yeah, I do.
Big time. And it's all about seeing how excited they are about what they're going to open, and it's just...
This is something I had mentioned before, but one of the things that I am actually really envious of Chance for and his money is that he can give everyone such good gifts. And I said this before, and it's not even that he can buy himself anything he wants, but when he can give everyone such good gifts, I am envious of that.
Well,
you see how happy he is when Chance gets everyone gifts, and everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to open Chance's gift,
Yeah, but but it's just luck of the roll, luck of the roll.
In life?
In life. I mean, he was very lucky. Chance has been lucky since he was little.
Yep.
I mean, come on. You remember the game. We'd take you to those stores and y'all would play that crane game, and
He'd close his eyes, press a button, and win every time.
He's 3. And you're sitting there, you're 6 or so, you're eyeing it out, walking on every side, just making sure you did it just right.
Yeah.
And then you didn't get it. And then Chance would walk up, a little toddler practically, and just put the quarter in, push a button, boop.
And win.
Win.
I remember.
All the time.
And it wasn't just that. It was everything. Putt, golf. He would just hit the ball as hard as he could, somehow get a hole in one.
Somehow just hit everything in the park and then come into
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
So he's lucky, and maybe it's, I wondered, this is going to sound really weird, but I wondered if he was so lucky just because I called him Chance. Do you think that his name did something?
I believe you should take credit for it. I think you should. The reason Chance is successful is because of how you named him.
This would be a note out there to all women that are pregnant, give them a good name.
Like, what's a good name besides Chance?
I don't know.
Whiskey?
Well, I don't know if I'd name a child Whiskey.
Why not?
That'd be a little risky.
Oh my God.
I know, that's terrible. That was a
horrible.
dad joke.
That was, I don't even know what that was. So back on the topic of presents, what is your favorite gift that you've gotten from me?
Oh my goodness.
I can't even remember many gifts I've given you.
Favorite gift I've ever gotten from you. I always loved the orchids, because I've always told you how much I love the orchids, but...
Christmas gift. I get you orchids all the time, but not on Christmas.
Yeah. Gosh, darn, Dustin.
It's okay. I actually can't remember the last thing that I got you.
I do have a few children.
Uh-huh.
So
it's hard to remember?
If you ask Aunt Jeannie, because she's got Dieter. She's like, I can always remember everything. I'm like, well, I still call you Dustin, and you are Dustin. I call Chance Dustin, and
Ryan,
Matt, and I'm just.
You call me Lon too sometimes.
Do I? Mm-hmm.
You've called me everything.
Yeah.
You'll go through a whole list and get every name wrong until finally you get it right, and I'm like, yep, that's my name.
Yeah, I know. I do that a lot, and my parents used to do it, and I don't know if it's like because you get older.
Yeah. I think last year I got you sweatpants.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what I got you last year. But the best gift I ever got you, I feel like there was one that I worked really hard on.
The Adidas pants I wear all the time.
Yeah, no, it wasn't pants. There was one, because it was like the year that I got Ryan his awesome gift. I think I got it on stream. If anyone watched my stream back in the day, I got Mom something on stream. But then that was the year that I got Ryan the best brother trophy thing.
Yeah.
And then, what did I get Chance? I don't remember, but I would guess if my best present was probably that year, because I tried really hard and I went out and my stream helped me do it.
Well, and I feel really good that you're such a giver. That's what I really, I always kind of worried about that, and that's the whole gift giving thing.
What do you mean you worried about that?
Well, I mean,
were you just saying you thought I was a horrible person when I was a kid?
No. I just, your dad didn't like giving gifts, or he didn't do it very often, and so I was always worried that you and Chance wouldn't. You wouldn't understand.
They would be assholes.
I didn't want you to be assholes, but
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Is that a dumb thing to say? That was one of the things. It's so important to be a role model for how you want your children to be as a person. And so I am so glad that you're such a giving, and you are.
I like giving.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you brought every stray home in the neighborhood, and I'm not talking animals either.
Yeah. I mean, if I see someone struggling, I want to, help them out. Do you remember my friend Josh?
Yes.
He was homeless, and I'd never met him before, and I met him at the gas station.
He was on the spectrum, right?
I believe so.
Josh
I don't really know.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Josh very much.
Yeah. And he didn't have a place to go. He was crying. He told me his roommate had just kicked him out. He didn't seem, harmful.
Yeah.
This was actually around Christmas time. And I was just
Josh.
like, hey man, if you don't got a place to stay, you can stay at my house for tonight, but I'm gonna need to see your ID and I'm gonna hold on to it. Cause I didn't want him to rob me or something.
Yeah.
So I held on to his ID, and then he ended up staying with me for a month.
Yeah.
And then finally he ended up getting his own place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at our house, right?
No, he stayed at my
Oh,
apartment.
your place. But I mean, you had others stay with us. That big,
I've had
tall,
a
the
lot
big,
of
tall
people.
basketball guy.
Yeah, the 7'1", David.
He was tall.
Yeah, he was not a good person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was probably a good person. He just had.
Nope.
I think he had had a drug addiction or something. I'm not sure.
Probably. I mean, he stole from my
we're
family.
not talking about. We're not giving last names or anything. But
Right, he stole from our family.
He
so-
tried to.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, I think I think they caught him.
Wait, how did they catch him? You gotta
Somehow
explain
it was
this to
a
me.
long time ago, and Christy didn't keep a lot of money in her debit account, and so she's like, "Thank God I don't keep a lot of money in there." And I think he tried to use her debit card.
But how did she know?
I guess because you have a state, they alert your phone. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, that might be it.
She knew somehow.
He went and tried to use it, and she was like, "Oh, this isn't me trying to use it."
Yeah.
Right.
And she went, "Oh my God, yeah."
Okay, so have we ever had any? We've had situations where I don't want to name anyone in our family, but we've had situations where things have gone wrong during different holidays. Have we ever had a Christmas where things went wrong? Maybe drinking too much?
Yeah, we definitely have had a few. We don't need to name names.
Of course
We've
not.
had a
Of course
few,
not.
and that's why we generally on holidays now we just kind of do alcohol free. As I'm drinking my wine.
Drink it.
But I'm just saying, just to make it easier on family members that might have difficulty,
Right.
with it. So,
Yeah. I had a drinking problem for a while. I'm good now, but I don't.
do you really think you had a drinking problem?
Well, it depends on what you consider a drinking problem. I don't think I was an alcoholic.
Oh, well, that's what I consider. I'm an alcoholic.
I had a drinking problem though. I was
just-
drinking every day.
You abused it.
I was physically addicted to alcohol. So yeah, I was abusing it. But I'm good now.
I think, yeah.
The reason I don't think I'm an alcoholic is because I can drink now and just put it down. It's not
Yeah.
like I have to worry about it, But I was just abusing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like everything's good now. I feel like everything's going smoothly. I'm really happy of where I am, and I feel like the holidays mean so much more when you're doing well.
They do. They
So-
really do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about your favorite gift from Ryan?
Oh gosh, you're going to put me on the spot.
I'm going to pretty
here.
much ask you
Okay,
your
no,
favorite
I
gift from
absolutely know my favorite gift from Ryan.
everyone. Was it the Cheerios?
No, we can talk about the Cheerios.
will.
Okay,
We will.
the Cheerios would be a whole story in itself because I got Cheerios several Christmases in a row from different family members.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah, it wasn't just Ryan. Somebody else, I think Chance did it too. I think somebody
okay.
else followed suit. But I have to say from Brian, it definitely was the poker chip that represented. He gave me a poker chip the Christmas before Vegas. Before COVID. And the poker chip represented he was going to take me to Vegas.
I remember that.
So
How was your trip in Vegas, by the way?
that was a year ago, about right now actually, because it was his birthday, December the 9th, and we were in Vegas a year ago.
Any cool stories from Vegas?
Oh my goodness! Well, you know that we got to see my favorite comedian, Nate Bargatze, and
Did any prostitutes try and sleep with Ryan in front of you?
yes.
Really?
You don't know this?
No, tell me.
Well, I just
I know that it's happened. I didn't know it was in front of you.
It was in front of me. It was a girl on the street. It was just like, just kind of coming up to him like, "Hey, what you doing?" And Ryan could tell you more later if you want to put him on the spot.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that detail later because I was there and I was like, what is she doing, Ryan? Ryan's like, never mind, Mom. Never mind, Mom. You don't need to know.
Oh, I wish I was there for that.
Yeah. So Nate Bargatze is, his agent is the same agent as Chance's agent. So when we got to Vegas, your brother is a big roller, so he gets all of his Vegas stuff comped. So we were in the Bellagio on the 32nd floor, watching the fountains, and we went to see the Beatles Love tour, which I've seen before, but I love the Beatles so much. And then because they are the same agent, the agent just said, hey, they got us like dead center, 4 rows back.
And
best seats in the house, and he's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then we got a backstage pass. I was the first one back there to see him and got my picture with Nate Bargatze.
Cool.
So yeah, that was definitely.
Any other cool stories from Vegas?
From Vegas? No. I mean, no, there was a lot that went down there. It was a lot of fun. But
so you got the Beatles, Nate.
And lots of wonderful, like crazy good meals. And the Bellagio fountains, I never realized that they're choreographed. And people that have been to Vegas, they're choreographed to music.
Yeah.
So if you put a certain channel on, you can watch them, and it's,
Right.
really cool.
Okay, then this one might be a little easier or harder. What is your favorite gift from Chance? He's gotten you some good ones.
Yeah. This one.
The ring?
The ring from Tiffany's, yeah.
What can you explain what the ring is?
It's just a little double diamond ring, but it's small. But I was going for an opal ring because I wanted to. I had opals and I wanted an opal ring, and we kept looking around the domain and couldn't find anything that I really liked. And I said, well, that's okay. And Chance goes, come on, Mom, let's go to Tiffany's. And I never thought in my life that I would be going in Tiffany's.
Is Tiffany's expensive?
Very. It's kind of like going in Gucci or. It's on that level of Gucci or
and for
Louis
this
Vuitton.
present, he didn't just get it for you. He was like, I'm going to get you one.
He took me there. He told the people the price limit and then let me pick something out.
What was the price limit?
I don't know how much it cost.
Oh, he told the people the price limit, not you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I bet it was expensive.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
So that's your favorite, the ring.
Yeah, I think the ring is my favorite. Just the way it happened. The way it happened, and I never really thought much because I'm not much of a designer person, obviously. And
I thought your jacket was Gucci.
No, my jacket came from Christy probably found this at some resale shop. She gave it to me, and she said, "Mom, do you want this?" I said, "Sure." And I haven't. This is the first time I've worn it. It was like 4 years ago.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So, what about you? What about you? What's your favorite gift you ever got from Santa Claus? Or
from Santa Claus? I already told you, Hank, the dog.
Oh, you did. You did. Yeah.
But from you, probably like it would be a gift when I was younger, like a bike, probably, or one of the gaming. Definitely
gaming
one of the gaming systems.
Like, yeah.
Probably like PlayStation 2. Yeah. I remember being really excited for PlayStation 2. But my favorite gaming console you also got for me was Nintendo 64.
Yes.
I think that's like one of the best consoles ever. I don't know why the older games are so awesome, but.
Yeah.
So I'd say, the gaming systems. My favorite gift from Dad, though, probably would have been, I loved the BB gun, which I know you didn't want me to get it.
No, I did not want the BB gun.
I loved the BB gun.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. We've had a lot of crazy stuff happen on Christmas, but I want you to tell us more about when I was younger. Is there any cool Christmas stories from when I was younger that I might not remember?
Oh, gosh, that's kind of...
I know they're all
Well, do you
hard.
remember the Christmas story that was crazy that we have a big family? I think anyone watching knows that.
Yep, huge.
Like 6 kids, 11 grandkids, and all the significant
10 nieces
others.
and nephews.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, all the significant others and stuff. And so one Christmas, we had this beautiful, 125 gallon. No, this wasn't the honey. Was it?
Oh, is this the aquarium?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the biggest one we had that y'all broke? I think it was.
I don't think it was the biggest one.
Was it the 125 gallon one that y'all busted? Anyway,
it was a big aquarium.
The boy, we had all these boys, and my sons and grandsons all happened at the same time, which is a little different for most families. Don't have that happening. That was, we've had some pretty funny things and outrageous things happen.
This was me and Peyton,
You
wasn't
and
it?
Peyton were just wrestling, just goofing around.
Yeah. We were
And
fighting.
either, I think it was it may have been Peyton's head. One of y'all's
It was
heads
Peyton's head. I picked him
went
up. Yeah.
into the aquarium, cracked the aquarium. We're talking major saltwater fish, we're talking coral, Christmas Eve, and we're talking water everywhere.
Yeah. I basically picked him up and he was trying to put me in a headlock and I like pushed him back and his head went through the aquarium. He ended up being fine though. He wasn't really hurt.
No, he wasn't hurt, but it took, I mean, thank God we had Kevin there. Uncle Kevin was a fireman.
Yep.
And also kind of a handy guy, right? So he just pulled out, we had a shop vac in the garage and he ran and got another shop vac. We're talking 125 gallons of water on hardwood floors. So.
Thank God it was on hardwood floor and not carpet. Didn't you just switch from carpet to
Good
hardwood?
question.
I think you did.
I think we had just got the floors done. I'm not really sure, but I do remember it wasn't carpet because we would have remembered that.
Was this Christmas?
It was Christmas. It happened on Christmas Eve. Yeah, we're having a good talk.
Yep.
I sometimes you forget about these things. You know.
So what is a memory that you think I wouldn't remember? I remember that one. I remember tackling Peyton through the aquarium. Is there anything you can think of that, oh, doggies. Go, Maki, go.
Wow.
Is there anything that you could think of?
Not really. I mean, you and Chance just, when you guys were little, you were fun on Christmas morning.
Just angels, right?
Yeah.
Perfect little angels.
You guys, I mean, really, you have to realize that I had my grandsons to compare you to.
So were your grandsons better than us? Are you saying we were shitty kids?
No, I'm actually saying my grandchildren, I was glad that I wasn't raising them.
So they were shitty kids.
They weren't shitty kids. Derek and Dylan, especially Derek and Dylan. Oh, come on. Derek and Dylan, I mean, those are I love my grandsons. And one of my grandsons is gonna
So I just want you guys to
me a
imagine, I
great-grandmother.
just want you to imagine how bad someone has to be in comparison to Chance or me. Just think about that. Just think about that.
Okay, they were all boy. 100% boy. If they could be on top of the refrigerator, they'd be happy.
They'd be climbing up in trees all the way to the top.
They climbed to the top of trees, gave me heart attacks, one on top of the other, not aware that all they had to do is kick and one was going to topple down 40 feet.
Yeah, but they were athletic and they were.
Yep.
They did stuff I'd be too scared to do.
Oh, I mean, just total aerial backflips.
Yeah,
and, just random.
I don't know. They were wild.
Yeah.
Wild, but I think it was in a good way.
They were very coordinated too. So that was the
And
good.
good at
That was the
sports.
good part, and good at sports. But I
Yep.
mean, like super coordinated. So there was many a time they gave me a heart attack. So
One of the
you and
things-
Chance didn't come close to terrorizing me as much as, and they didn't
Until I
mean
got
it.
older.
And well, yeah, we hope we don't talk about that.
We can talk about whatever.
No, it's all right.
Okay, so there actually is one thing that I wanted to bring up that we talked about, but you guys that are new here. One of my favorite and funniest Christmas stories. I actually put a tampon in Chance's stocking, and I wish we filmed this because he went to go open his stocking, and I would say he's probably 14 or 15 years old. He gets this tampon out. And he tries to pull the string like it's gonna pop out confetti, and he's like, "It's not
I know,
working."
it was so funny.
It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, that was.
That is probably my favorite memory of Chance.
Yeah,
on Christmas.
and I remember that too. It was like you guys had gotten to a point where we were going to be doing some comical things were happening in our family.
Yeah, it was great.
A lot of comical. I mean, yeah.
I feel like I remember you looking at it and being like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Mom, you have to know what that is."
Oh, of course I know what that. No, I
You just acting like you didn't know?
I'm not sure if I was hoping it wasn't what I thought it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was more like a wishful thinking.
You should have known it was me
Yeah.
in this time period. You knew I was messing with Chance.
Well, the stockings are always a big thing,
and you didn't know I put it in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I did it like while everyone was asleep, like I was Santa.
Exactly. Yeah, the stockings that's a fun thing for me. I always like try to think of things to put in the stockings, just try to find something kind of cool. I remember you guys not recently were all excited when I put nail clippers in the stocking.
Oh, I was.
It was like,
I always
oh
want
my
nail clippers.
God, this is a great thing to have in your stocking.
I always wanted nail clippers because I lose them, and I think I lost those ones too. One thing I wanted to bring up that we passed is why did you get Cheerios?
Oh my God.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
You want to tell the story of why?
Yeah, I will tell the story. This was really a mom, trying to get things done. Christmas is a big deal, and this has been, this would have been not last year, but the 3 years prior to that. So
4 or 5 years.
Oh, I think it was just 3.
Okay.
I'm going to try again this Christmas, so we'll see if I if I do it again. I am not a bad cook. Let me preface this. I'm not a bad cook.
Got to start with
I
that.
actually don't even know which camera I'm supposed to look at, by the way.
That one.
Okay, so
You don't have to look at camera. You can look at me.
Okay,
Just, that's
I
the
know
camera.
that sounds
Yeah.
weird. I was just like, do I go there? Do I go there? Okay. Anyway, so I always try to have a big Christmas dinner. We have a big family get together on Christmas Eve, which is unbelievable because there's usually at least 25 totally family at the place. And so I tried really hard to make these breakfasts, like they'll say breakfast casserole, make ahead of time, pop it in the oven. It'll be good. And so the first year I tried one of those. It was like a biscuit, egg, bacon thing. And so I followed the instructions and whatever. And I put it in the oven that Christmas morning. Nobody, they were taking bites of it, and it was like
It wasn't done.
Whatever. They couldn't hide the fact that it was a disaster. Horrible. Okay, so that was a fail. And then the next year, I thought, okay, I've got this. All right, I've got this. I'm gonna do quiche. Quiche.
Oh, God.
Can't mess up.
It was even worse.
And and again, total fail. And then
I can't exaggerate how
2 years ago,
big of a fail it was.
I know. I don't know why. And please tell the stream I'm not a bad cook.
You're not a bad cook.
I'm normally.
You've gotten way better.
But
actually.
I'm trying really hard to do the Christmas morning thing, which I have not succeeded yet. Just FYI. So then the next year, okay, that was a quiche. And then the next year, I've got it in spades. I try it 3 times beforehand. I make homemade cinnamon rolls, right? And I've done it. They're delicious. I did it. I thought, I can't fail, right?
They weren't done.
I put them it said to put them in a small pan, but they rose really high, and I cooked them, anyway, they came out doughy, really doughy. So that was my 3rd fail. All right, so it got to the point after the 2nd fail where on Christmas morning there was always a special gift for me to open. And I opened it up, and it was a box of Cheerios, just in case.
And we ended up eating Cheerios.
Yes, actually, yeah. So then last year, so then not last year, but the year before, Chance is like, oh, Mom, you can't fail it every Christmas morning. And I'm like, and Chance goes, Mom, why don't you just get make bacon and eggs, like, just normal and toast and whatever. And I'm like, Chance, I cook Christmas Eve, I cook Christmas Day. I'm trying to find something easy for Christmas morning. And so I think it was Ryan, it might have been Dustin, goes, okay, well, how about Chance? How about you?
Oh, yeah, no, that was
Make
Ryan.
breakfast.
That was Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan goes, okay, so Chance, you got all the answers. So why don't you make Christmas morning breakfast? Because the boys always spend the night with me. All my other older children are married and have families, but the 3 boys and a couple of grandkids spend the night. So last year, Chance made breakfast. And how did you think it went?
It was good. It was actually good. It shocked me. He made omelets.
He made omelets, and I'll be honest. They were good, but
I think you're just jealous.
no, I'm not jealous. Okay, maybe yeah, true. He didn't saute the vegetables though. So when you have an omelet and you got onions and peppers and things, they were the vegetable part of the omelet was crunchy. But other than that, I have to admit they were good.
That's probably why I didn't like it, because I did like it because I didn't put vegetables in it.
Ah.
Yeah, it was just a basic omelet. I think I might have had a few vegetables, but nothing serious. Also, I have a question for chat. We haven't asked chat a question. Who do you think was the first person to give my mom a box of Cheerios as a Christmas present?
Oh yeah,
I'm curious.
that should be an easy answer.
Yeah.
I actually think it should be an easy answer.
If someone wants to do a poll after the Mommapoppin Good Cook
Yeah.
one, I want to see what you guys think, and we'll answer that later.
Yeah, they try to disguise it. Someone gave me some last year, and instead of getting like the box, they got like one of those little mini cuppy things, just in case.
I mean, hey, it's always good to have just in case. Okay, that's a good question. You can tell us. What are you going to make for Christmas this year? Have you thought about it?
Yes, for Christmas morning?
Yes.
Oh, I'm working on that. That's a work in progress.
Any ideas? It's got to be something you just can't fail at.
I absolutely can't fail at cinnamon rolls again. I mean, there's no
You've
way.
done it once.
Yes, but I put it in too small of a pan. But they can't. I mean,
Mom,
yeah.
you said that last time.
I know, but I made them like at least 5 or 6 times, and I've been making homemade bread that's been very good.
But it wasn't on Christmas morning.
Okay, but we're not talking about, by the way, in case you're not wondering, we're not talking about one of those like Bisquick or whatever Pillsbury things where you pop them open and put them on the pan. Like anybody can do that, right? We're talking, you get the dough to rise 2 times, you roll it out, these were from scratch.
I'm just letting you know, Mom, you have said before there's no way that I can mess up. And actually, you said that every time after the first time you messed up.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to do something. Okay. I'm going to do something.
I want to throw this out.
Do you have
there.
an idea? Yeah.
I like very simple bacon egg type stuff. Maybe do like some sort of like bacon egg breakfast casserole.
Well, and that's what I tried the first time and failed at. So I need to find that recipe again and somehow. I think that time it might have had dough in it or something.
I don't know what you did.
I don't know what I did wrong on that one, but that should have been a no fail. Because the bacon, sausage, egg, cheese, breakfast casserole, they should be good.
It should be. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to.
I know.
Mess that up.
Maybe I just did this for content.
Yeah, content that no one was seeing.
No one knew.
Just
I was ahead
us.
of the game. I was ahead of the game. Y'all hate to give me credit. You always like to make me feel like I'm dumb behind the times.
No,
Yeah,
we
you
do not. We do
Yeah,
not
you
make
do.
you
You
feel
know
like
you
that.
do.
No, we just laugh at you when you say you're hip.
Okay, I know, because remember that time we were out at dinner and you said, "Why don't you tell chat we're lit?"
Oh God.
Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I told my dad to say it. I don't remember telling you to say
You
it.
told me to say it. Of course you did.
Say it again.
We're lit.
Oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, we're lit, chat. We're lit. Wow. Yeah, Mom, you're definitely hip and with the times. How have you learned most of this?
From my children.
Yeah, from us? You sure it's not the internet?
It's my children and grandchildren. Like I can't step out of line with the times. I mean, and here's another thing. My oldest daughter always says when we can't figure something out, especially if it's technology, she'll say, "Mom, look for the youngest person in the room." And it always works. I mean, like we'll give it to Adeline now. Or Zia. Zia probably can figure anything out now. She's the youngest, so
Anything out like socially?
anything, phones or I don't know how to do
Technology?
or social media or anything like that.
I feel like you could ask just about anyone.
Anybody now, but
Yeah.
there was a time like, well, how do you delete these emails or how do you
Okay, so what is the worst gift that you have seen someone else get? Just the worst gift you've ever seen in general on Christmas. What was it?
Oh.
It's probably
worst?
a hard question.
Yeah,
but-
it's a very hard question. Do you have a worst gift you've ever seen anyone get on Christmas? Because I really can't think of one.
Like
We've
every
had
year-
some
every
pretty
year
funky things with
for
our white elephant. We've talked about that. We've had some really bizarre things there.
For like 4 or 5 years, everyone got boxers, right?
Yes.
And every time I would get the boxers that basically
Yes,
said I was
naughty.
the bad kid,
Yeah,
naughty, you deserve coal, you suck.
Aunt Jeannie always gave you those.
Yeah.
She always did. She loved doing that.
Yeah, why?
She's happy you
Everyone else got like, happy Santa. I'm sitting there with the Grinch or coal or naughty.
True.
Every year.
True.
Every year.
This is no lie.
I mean, yeah, I was messing up, but
Whatever.
come on, every year. Then I finally got good at I don't get those presents anymore, by the way, chat, but I got them for a long time.
Yep, you did. You did, for sure.
But I would say at that time, I probably deserved it. And it made me laugh a little, but looking back on it, it was kind of sad.
So talk about our white elephant that we started.
What about it?
Well, first of all, I mean, I think we need to say that our family's so big that we decided what was happening is on Christmas Eve, which is when we opened most of our gifts, we would sit around all night long opening gifts. No joke. I mean, it got to the point where, guys were like walking off, having to go to the bathroom and trying to disappear somewhere for a while because it was just, there's only so much you can sit around and open gifts, right?
Yeah, because everyone got everyone a gift, and it's just
Everyone got everyone a gift.
so many gifts.
And we refuse to, I know their family that rip into them and don't care who they came from and never say, or they say thank you, everyone.
And we'd go
But
from
we
youngest
would
to
go
oldest.
from the youngest to the oldest. We would take the time to graciously thank the person. So anyway, we finally went, look, this is ridiculous. Nobody needs anything really. If they do, well, of course, somebody will step up and get it for them. But I mean, except for the children, and we only really have one child left, and that's Zia, because she's 10. Everybody, we just get one gift, one hopefully good gift that almost anybody would like. Of course, that's kind of weird because like almost anybody would want the gift, but we're talking from a 16-year-old girl to a bunch of boys and men and women and all, covering like 6 decades.
Yep.
So it's difficult. Single versus married and all that. So now that's what we do though, and I think it was a good thing to do. I think it was good.
And why did you bring up the white elephant? Because bad gifts, right?
Bad gifts, good gifts.
There's some good gifts. I feel like I am on a pretty good roll of having some of the best
you are.
gifts.
Yes, you did an air fryer. I know what you're thinking about doing this year, which I think is a really awesome
Good gift.
Good gift.
I always get the best white elephant gifts.
Yeah, there you
Here's
go.
the only reason I can get the best white elephant gifts is because there is a price limit. So you have to put thought into it. You can't just throw money at it.
What do you think about what Chance was wanting to put in there? Or should we not talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Tell him.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird.
Tell him.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, and I get why Chance would think it really is cool.
I would want it.
I mean, and there's probably about 5 people in the family that would really want it. So that is kind of cool.
Want
but it's
what?
also, it would be very dangerous.
Uh-huh.
It was like a samurai sword.
A katana.
A katana.
A real katana.
A real one. Like a mega buck one.
$1,000 plus katana.
Yeah. So
I would want it.
I kind of vetoed it though.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like, first of all, it would be.
I think what we're doing with it is the best.
Yeah. I think,
Which we can't
have
say, don't say.
Right. That's right. We can't say anything about that cool sword.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there would be family members fighting over it. So I thought really hard. I'm not going to say what I got either, but I thought really hard. It's really hard to find a multi-generational gift that almost anybody would want.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Okay, guys, I want to take a little bit of time before Chance gets here because this will probably be one of the only times we're really going to talk to chat for the most part.
Yeah.
Chat, do you have any questions for me or my mom about anything Christmas related before they get here?
Poll is over.
Poll is over?
You asked them to make a poll.
Oh, who won?
71% Cheerios are from Chance.
Nope. Wrong. It was BJP, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah, he's smart.
Super smart. He always figures out a way to be funny. I mean, yeah.
Can you stream it at least one time per week? That's not a question related to Christmas, and that's a whole different thing. So I'm not answering that.
But I think it'd be fun.
Did they believe in Santa when they were younger, or did you know? How old? That's a good
Dustin
question.
came home from first grade.
I was mad.
And Will told him there was no Santa Claus.
I was mad.
And yeah, he was.
And I was mad because you lied.
Well, I was mad because a first grader told another first grader there's no Santa Claus.
You remember when I peed on him and got sent to the principal?
Yes, you weren't doing that on purpose.
No, well,
y'all were playing
I just thought it was okay to share a stall, right?
Yeah,
and I peed on him.
Yeah.
I got sent to the principal.
I don't think you meant to, but
well
yeah.
Deserved,
This is
deserved.
very true. He was a nice.
That's what you get. That's what you get for telling me Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah, that happened like the next year, so maybe it was karma.
Yeah. Yeah, I peed on him.
Yeah, and Linda was so cute. She's like, Linda's his mom. She's like, well, we just told him the truth. And I'm like, what about Santa Claus?
I feel like I was a little older. I think I believed in Santa like longer than most kids.
You were first grade. Literally
is that
first.
older? I don't know if that's older. I don't know the normal.
I think that's pretty darn early
Is
to
it?
not know. Now, I found out early, too, because my parents would go out to the neighbors on Christmas Eve and have drinks after we went to bed. And my brothers were older, so we would get up, and and they finally just said, hey, as soon as Mom and Dad come in, we need to wake them up because then it'll be Christmas.
Right.
So it got to the point where we just knew because brothers are like, we'll just wake them up. And that's why Grandpa turned everything around and said, forget it, we're doing Christmas Eve, no more Christmas morning.
Also, I wanna make sure you guys understand this. I did not pee on him because he told me Santa Claus wasn't real. That is not what happened.
Did somebody think that?
No. Totally separate events. I peed on him on accident. I think this was even before that happened. He was my best friend, and the stalls were full, and I said, we can just share. And I guess I missed. I don't know.
Probably. Yes, it was something like that.
Peeing on him, and I went sent to the principals, and
yes.
I don't remember that much of it, but I do remember that was the first time I ever got really in trouble and had to go to the principal's office.
Yeah.
It was my first time, and I was
I was
scared.
Crying. I was crying.
Because you thought I was already going to be a troublemaker.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I just felt so bad for you.
Yeah. Why did you feel bad for me?
Just because you got in trouble for just being a kid.
Best Christmas gift I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one time. Actually, this is funny. And it wasn't even like a crazy good gift, but there was one time I like really was struggling with money, and Chance helped me out and gave me like a good amount. Not like a ton, but it was enough for me because it was like when COVID happened.
Yes.
And I was not streaming, and I didn't have a job. And
Yeah.
I like my cat go to the hospital, and I needed money, and he basically got me out of my hole. So that was probably my favorite gift. I cried. Remember?
Yes, I do.
I was like, I just needed it, and I cried, and yeah. That was a really good gift. Other than just, it wasn't really the fact that it was just money. It was the fact of how bad I needed it and how bad I was struggling, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And so that meant a lot. But besides that, probably Hank, when we got our dog.
Yeah.
And he ended up running away, and it was really sad.
That's so cute opening that box, right?
Yeah. And then the PS5 was also really cool.
Little puppy pops out.
Yeah.
Hank was really cute.
He was.
He was like about 6 weeks
I wanted a boxer, remember?
Yeah.
That's the kind of dog I wanted. I wanted a boxer. We think Hank got stolen.
Yeah.
He was purebred.
Hank was purebred, and Hank was beautiful. It was really a good dog.
Yeah.
Except for the boxer slobbering, which boxers do. But
yeah.
We kind of think that it was about the time that we got custody of Samantha, and Samantha came to live with us. So, remember?
Yeah.
Sam was like 2, and we think she may have accidentally opened the door. I mean, 2-year-olds. And we weren't used to having a little one around. Chance was 6 by then, and you were 10, so.
And there was also the time that Hank ran away, and I chased him like forever, and I ended up being in the woods, and I started crying because I was lost.
Yes.
And I was 2 houses away.
Yes.
I was literally 2 houses away from our house, and I was crying because I was lost.
I remember that. That surprised me.
Because Hank kept running away, and I just have to keep running and chasing after him. Obviously, I have no sense of direction. Thanks, Mom. That's your fault.
I know, it's all on me.
Yeah.
100%. Your dad's got excellent sense of direction. I have 0.
Yeah, I can get lost anywhere.
I can get lost anywhere, too.
But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different
I get lost in
memories I
some
have.
of my friends' houses, like Amy's house. It took me forever. It's
Didn't
a really big house.
Didn't you just get lost here earlier?
Well, yeah, I couldn't remember where the bathroom was. And, I mean, like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you got such a bad sense of direction, but it's unbelievably bad for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's very bad. And Kim and Christy can attest to the fact that it's really bad. We'll go to the mall, the 3 of us, and we've been known to walk out, and no one knows who's leading until we look at each other and go, like walk out of the mall.
You're all lost together?
Yeah, we're all lost together, and every one of us thinks somebody else is leading. No one's leading. We now know, but this was earlier. This was like maybe 20 years ago before we realized that we all really don't know.
Oh, this just reminded me. I've gotten a Christmas present that I still have yet to receive like 2 years ago. And it'll happen eventually. But the same thing with your Vegas gift. My gift that year was a trip to New Orleans.
Oh, you're going to go with
I haven't
Ryan.
gone yet.
Yeah, you'll go.
And I hope it's not this year because the whole point of going is to go watch a Saints game.
I'm sure.
It might be this year, and I'll still be okay with it.
Right, yeah.
This year it's bad.
Well,
I don't want to talk about football.
He gave us those gifts, and COVID happened.
Yeah.
So that is the bottom line. And then, of course, time goes on, and Ryan's always...
Yo,
good.
whiskey.
Whiskey, no candy for you. It'll make you sick.
Yeah. He's such a... Every time we do a stream, Mom, this cat's here.
I know.
I don't get it. Does the cat love
And I'm not really crazy about whiskey, and maybe whiskey knows it. Well, when Whiskey was at my house one time... Okay, sorry, Whiskey, don't listen. Whiskey he went under the box springs of my bed and found a hole and got up under the box springs.
And he just lived in there.
And just, yeah.
Look, he wants to talk on the mic.
Whiskey wants to talk.
What do you want to say?
Say meow. Whiskey. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to be on stream.
So we talked about Santa Claus. We talked about Christmas.
Oh, no. What happened with him crawling up under the thing?
You found him. You went in there. You found him. It wasn't that long ago.
I remember.
You found him. He's like, oh, Mom, he found a hole.
And it was really hard to get him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whiskey likes to find little places to hide.
He's too fat to fit there now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's gained a lot of weight, but he's my cat. I love him.
I think it's all new.
I think all cats have a little demon in them. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think
cats aren't like dogs. They don't give a crap about people.
Right.
I mean, they're not. Whiskey's not going to do anything just to make you feel good. I mean, dogs will.
That's not true. Whiskey does stuff all the time to make me feel good.
Like, well, just being herself.
He just lays on my stomach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he doesn't do it on purpose, though.
Oh, he totally does.
Trust me.
No, Mom, he does.
I don't believe
he
you.
does.
All right.
I'm telling you, Whiskey has a brain that you wouldn't even understand.
Okay.
Whiskey literally lives
Look
to make
at Whiskey's
me happy.
eyes right now. Whiskey looks evilish.
What? He's not evil, Mom. Stop.
Sorry, Whiskey.
All Whiskey did was crawl into your bed.
All right.
You don't gotta, make him feel bad.
All right. Sorry, Whiskey.
So yeah, we've had a lot of crazy Christmas stories that I didn't even realize until we started talking. Is there any other just like story that you could think of just off the top of your head, like the breakfast story we have?
Right.
Is there anything that just comes to your mind about like a crazy Christmas story? What about the time, I don't remember who it was, where someone acted like they were Santa Claus?
He's passed away since then. That was your Uncle Pat, and yeah.
I don't even remember him.
Oh wait, never mind. That was Kim and Chrissy and Matt and Ryan before you were born. All right, so Uncle Pat, who you never met, dressed up as Santa Claus. But we called. I don't know how we did this. I don't know how I was able to do this because it was like last minute ish. But I decided I wanted Santa Claus to appear at our house on Christmas Eve. And I did not plan this well ahead of time. So it had to be like 3 or 4 days before Christmas. And I found someone to come out to the house. And Santa Claus came in and all you guys were, all around him. You remember him coming on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I was really young. And
you were young and you still believed in Santa Claus, I think.
Probably. I don't remember exactly. But another thing that isn't necessarily Christmas related, but is close to around Christmas is the whole Y2K thing.
Oh my God, with Rachel?
I remember I wasn't that scared, but I remember how scared Rachel was. And I should have been scared because I was young.
Yeah.
I was scared, but I was not nearly as scared as she was.
Y2K, you were 10 years old.
Yeah, and you guys told us we were going to die and the world was going to blow up and nukes were going to be launched.
I didn't say any of that. I didn't even know that was going on. It was a guy thing. It was Uncle Kevin and your dad, and they all planned to go, and at midnight they just flipped all the breakers.
Yeah, they
flipped all the breakers and all. And of course, Rachel freaked out. She's like, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world." Yeah, that was cruel.
Yeah, the breaker.
That was really cruel. I mean,
Rachel screamed.
You shouldn't be doing that to kids. Stream. If you have kids, don't do that to your kids because that was not a cool thing to do.
Yeah, she screamed bloody murder. She thought we were dying.
Yeah.
How old were we? Y2K.
Well, Y2K.
So,
you were 10. And Rachel was,
I was 10.
About to turn 12. Rachel was like 11, almost 12.
And what was the story with Y2K? Like,
well, it was supposed to be, I don't know.
So here, let me try and explain it.
Yeah.
So for the people that don't know what Y2K was, it's basically a new year on the year 2000. And there was this theory that because all the dates on all the digital appliances was going to be like 00 or whatever, that it was going to mess everything up and nukes were going to get launched and the world was going to end and blah, 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 blah. And so they had us all convinced that that might happen. And right when the new year hit, they flipped the breaker and we thought just the world was done. So if you aren't familiar with what Y2K was.
Yeah, that was not a nice thing to do, but it was obviously men.
Men. So you're blaming men.
These men.
These men.
These particular men.
Why do you think men would do that?
These particular men would just obviously.
Men in general.
Well, I'm not going to go men in general. Don't put me in that. Don't do that. I'm not going to generalize. I don't do that. Everybody gets a chance. One chance.
One chance.
One chance. And then you're doomed.
Yeah. But
fool you once. What's the expression? Fool you once, shame on me.
Fool me once, And then
Shame on
fool
you.
can't get fooled again.
It's fool you once, shame on you. Fool
Yeah,
you
fool me-
twice, shame on me. For
No,
being...
no, that's not it.
That is it.
No.
What is it?
It's fool me once, shame on you, and fool me can't get fooled again.
Right.
That is it. Haven't you heard that song?
No, I have not. You know,
George Bush quote?
oh, is that a George Bush quote?
I believe it is.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Yep, fool me can't get
He's
fooled
not
again.
one you. He's not exactly one you would expect to hear quotes from.
It's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign. Load the chopper, let it rain on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You understand what that means? Can you go? You'll be
no.
hip.
no.
Come on, try it. Oh my God, Mom.
Is that bad?
No, that was so crazy good. You should be a rapper.
Oh, wow. It's my dream. Actually, I'm practicing that song.
Which song?
The
The Old Town Road song?
no, I'm practicing the Made
21 Savage?
Made you look.
21
Meghan
Savage?
Trainor. I could have my Gucci on. That one.
Okay, keep going.
No, I'm not going to keep going.
come on.
No,
Just do a little more, just
I'm
a
a
little more.
dancer, so I've got to choreograph it. It's got to be done.
Come on, just a little more.
Pop. No, that's enough. No.
Just 2, no? Okay.
No, I have to. You know, I'm serious.
So you're going to choreograph it, and then what are you going to do with it?
I'm going to dance in my kitchen like I always do.
So you're going to choreograph a dance to dance in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Are you going to film it? Are you going to TikTok it?
Oh, I've not done TikTok.
Do you want to put it on TikTok?
Sure, we'll try that.
Really? I've never used TikTok either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well-
so we can figure it out together. Mom, you'll
Hey,
probably go
that's
viral.
a new idea for the new year.
You're going to do TikTok. Become a TikTok celebrity.
No, I'm not going to become a TikTok
You
celebrity,
could.
but we could actually get on TikTok. That'd be fun. We could try it.
Sure.
But you know, if you watch TikTok videos,
Mm-hmm.
every other one is this Meghan Trainor song. Every other one.
Are you
No
sure?
joke. Pretty close. Pretty close.
Is that Chance?
You're not supposed to.
Nope.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, you beat him.
Oh, he's up.
Well, welcome, Ryan. Should we go now and then come back when?